hosts and from hosts and panelists to everyone. That would be awesome. So as you're coming in and finding the link, let me know how you're doing and where you're coming from today, where you found us. Well, I guess we sent an email, didn't we? So we've got Denise in the house. Hello, Gabriel, how have you been? Lonnie, welcome. I see Melissa. I see Susan. I see two Susans. Welcome. Good to see you. You're in San Diego. Well, two Susans in San Diego. As Susan G and Susan T. Well, welcome to you San Diegoans. Are you guys getting rain? Because I'm in Ojai, California. So I'm in Ventura County. And it is raining all day. But we welcome it so much, don't we? So it's sprinkling. Yeah, it's been kind of rain consistently. No complaints except for that, Hey, Melissa's in Idaho and it's snowing. Oh, that's got to be so beautiful. So I welcome you. I welcome you today. And thanks for joining. It's really about elevating consciousness, elevating yourself. By elevating yourself, you're elevating consciousness and vice versa. You literally have a hand in elevating consciousness because you are of the collective consciousness. So it's our job to do the world a favor right now and elevate ourselves. Does that make sense? So what I'd love to do today, I usually have like slides and all that. And I wanted to use the board more today. We'll just do some board work and some frequencies. So the frequencies I have chosen, should you choose to quantumly receive them, is since the topic is aligning with the highest vibration of yourself, I chose the Trinity frequencies, three most sacred frequencies plus Trinity, which is communicate with God, talk to God and hear his voice clearly, or her, and experience light body activation, expand your consciousness to experience joy and spiritual awakening. Does that sound like it's a quantum frequency from the Quantum Frequency album? Does that sound aligned with you guys? I'm actually going to share it with you if you're at all inclined. But yeah, so it's called Trinity, and I'll share that album with you. Oh my God, and it's on sale. Crazy. Here, I'll just share the link if you want to buy, if you don't have it already. But here you go. That's it, but I'll share it so you can see what it is. Oh, it's this one. So we're going to start playing this one right now. And that's a pretty good deal for talking to God, don't you think? But it really is, you are of God, right? You are spirit in a body, and you are of source. You are a part of source. All right, so just choose to receive them. I will play them with the audio very low. Your superconscious hears it, so you don't have to hear it and have it interrupt with what your conscious mind is trying to hear. Is that okay? That sounds like Krishna. Maybe. It's all a part of the collective consciousness, isn't it? When you really think about it. Okay, so what does that mean? Today's topic is, yeah, you might start being able to feel it. Some of you are really sensitive. You just choose to receive it. And it's playing here through the aura coil. Some of you may feel it. Thank you, Tay. Some of you may already just feel it in your body. And if anyone is uncomfortable, like it becomes too much for them, just shoot me a private message here. Just toggle to hosts and panelists. Otherwise, keep it on everyone and then switch your toggle to everyone. And then I'm host and panelists, okay? And just say it's a bit much. But remember, you're in charge of your own field, which we will discuss more of in a little bit. Okay, so welcome, welcome. Okay, so understanding what vibrational alignment is as we say, everything is made of energy and everything has its own frequency, including your thoughts and emotions. Yes, you are only to hear my voice. Thanks for saying that. You only hear my voice because your conscious mind is choosing, we're choosing to hear what you say. Your superconscious is receiving the frequencies. When we're going to do a process later where we'll do some energy work. We'll do superconscious recode and incorporate the frequencies, and then we'll turn up the sound, but you are already receiving it, even though you don't hear the sound. And yes, I hope you only hear my voice at this time. I can turn it up just a tad, but it's rumbling. And I don't want it, and when I talk, I don't want it to interfere too much with the session. My desk is vibrating right now. Krishna isn't the collective. He is the creator of all things. Okay? And that is totally a fine reality. Completely. I will not argue that. Absolutely not. Thank you. And so in my teaching, what I'm going to teach is that we are an energy being and we are collective to source, whatever you want to call that. That's fine. Okay, but the energy is frequency, thoughts, emotions, and physical body. Okay, so your intention is very, very, very important. It's utmost important, your intention. Because, well, we're told by the experts about mindfulness and awareness and practices, right? But the problem is with that, and that's great, but perhaps some of you are finding it distracting to be mindful these days. Is anyone feeling it extra hard to get centered these days and in alignment? Because we're so exposed to cognitive dissonance, which is, it takes your attention away from what you prefer instead of the highest vibration of yourselves, a vibrational match. Okay, so it might be harder now these days, right now in the world. Is anyone noticing that in today's day and age, it's impossible to not get distracted? Who agrees with me? Is anyone noticing that everywhere you look, there's something that's trying to distract you away from elevating? Yes, we all have ADHD from social media and ads. Yes, we could give it that power, yet I bet that we are all here because of it as well. So it can work both ways. where do we choose to focus, right? And this is exactly where the energy says, like, your thoughts and energy and emotions, they're energy. So we can focus on, that's a problem, that's bad. Or we can focus on, wow, that is so great. Thank you, algorithms, for having my number and bringing me here today so I can elevate. And so, sorry, I'll try and read as much as I can. But what I teach is that it's kind of by design, because it sells, right? Fear sells. The algorithms of distraction sell more ads, don't they? They sell. They, whether you're selling something for good or you're just trying to sell fear, it does work. And we can choose, because we have free will, we can choose to give our attention to it, which moves us away from where we would like to be, how we would like to be living. It moves us away a lot of the times. And we also have free will to get caught up in it and then start commenting and then start arguments, or get caught up in being right and who is right and who is wrong and who did what. And that goes nowhere, doesn't it? But it's triggering. And what does that do to your energy, to your energy field? Is that aligning with the highest vibration of yourself? You know the answer to that, right? So it's by design. It works really well. So unless you live in a bubble and you can't see, which could be, maybe you turn off all social media, and that's wonderful. And if you see it, it's one thing to observe and just say, hey, this is what's going on for these people over here. And it's another to get caught up in it and get triggered. So one way to entrain yourself to the highest vibration, obviously frequencies, it tampers it with it if you let it, right? So what I want to, I was just doing this in my coaching program, because we're doing a 12-week coaching program, and we were just talking about this, where you have the sphere. Is everybody seeing this okay? The sphere of, thanks for saying hello, sphere of control. Who's in the sphere of control? You, and only you, because you can only control your energy and your reaction to things, and you have free will, what you focus on, right? And because you're an energy being in this body, you are divine, and you are not a victim, because you chose this lifetime, and you chose to be you, and you chose your timeline. You're here because you wanted to be you in this timeline. So you're not a victim of it. So you have control over yourself, okay? And outside of that, when you are the highest version of yourself, vibrating at the highest frequency, well, we all have a sphere of influence, don't we? Those people who are immediate near us, who live with us, who associate with us. Maybe when we're elevating high, we impact them in a positive way, right? When we feel abundance, we share our abundance naturally, don't we? Or when we're in fear and lack, we don't have such a great influence on those around us, on our immediate surrounding, do we? Is that true? So you can control you, and you have your sphere of influence. And then there is the sphere of concern. Now, what we're talking about, concern, what we are talking about in social media that we were just describing, the arguments and all that's going on, is the the sphere of concern, but it doesn't really, you might be concerned about it, but you can't do much about it. You don't have that much control over what all these people are doing and posting and arguing. You find yourself trying to explain to them, and it's like, confirmation bias. You don't get anywhere. So it's out of your control, isn't it? So you can control this, you can influence this, but you can't control this. You might be concerned with it. So think about if you had 100% of your energy, okay, 100%. Let's say this is a thermometer, and up here is the 100%, okay? Let's say you spend most of your time looking at all that's going on in the world and going, it's crazy, we're being controlled, we're being manipulated, they're wrong, they're crazy, right? And then you spend a little time maybe advancing your life, following your goals, your dreams, what you love, right? And then the rest of the time you're in worry. Who's felt like that before? Like, God, I get caught up. Where does the energy go to elevate? What is your percentage spent elevating yourself first, remembering that you're an energy being in a human body, and you're here for expansion of consciousness, and you can choose joy. You can choose love. The opposite of fear. The opposite of love is fear, not hate. The opposite of, because hate is driven by fear. So you're either in fear or love. And then somebody was saying that the most authentic frequency, the highest frequency is authenticity. So if you think about authenticity, it's you being you. It's you are expressing love. You are an expression of source consciousness through love by being you. Yes, then I felt lost, and then shake it off. Yes, and that's why we're here, because we want to step into the highest version, highest frequency of ourselves, which is authenticity. And that's going for what you love and in charge of your inner state. And letting the work we're going to do today, which is a Superconscious recode, we do energy work along with the frequencies. It's like, I don't know if you guys have experienced it before, but it's really powerful shifts to really align you with the highest vibration of you. Has anyone done that before with me? And that's what I do in my meditation program as well, where we listen to this programming that just shifts you, right? Because we don't live in a bubble. And this is presented to us at all times, and we are in choice. We do have free will where we put our focus. Okay, so notice when your focus is out there, you feel powerless, don't you? Out of control. And notice when you focus on something you love, and maybe an experience you would love to have in your immediate life, in your day. It's something simple. It's like maybe go out and get a cup of coffee or sit under a tree, or And it's just a simple experience. Read a book, journal, do gratitude. Completely changes the energy and the vibration. But think about something you fear or that gets your goat, as we say, that you're seeing. I want you to think about that right now. And you can share that with me in the chat. Would you mind sharing anything that maybe you're fearing, you're upset about, worried that something might happen? Think about your worst case scenario. What's going on? You're welcome to share. And the more you share, it's really appreciated that you are a part of our group and that you're feeling comfortable to be vulnerable here, because it does help you. Susan says, worried about finances. Thanks for sharing. Yeah, I'm sure you're not the only one. Trauma causing people to hurt other people because they are hurting. Yeah. People are victims of their trauma, so they're telling the story that hurt people hurt people. Yes, they could tell that story, or they could tell another story saying, I was hurt like me. I was hurt and I don't want others to experience that, so I'm going to be the change, right? We have free will. We have control of us. Being big and famous and making billions. Does that scare you? Is that your worst case scenario? Greatest fear, lose everything and end up homeless. And I appreciate your shares. You guys are doing great. And you don't have to agree. I use Superconsciousness as my connection to source. Yeah, and you're right. I agree. The main thing most people focus on material things, but it's the joy within. It's the joy within. And that's what matters most. Because when we think all the material things are going to make everything better for us, we're giving our power away to that, and then we are just caught up in the same low vibration. So I agree with that for sure. So what I think is the best thing to do is to realize how your energy changes. So when you're thinking about your worst case scenario, if you would go with me and close your eyes and think about the worst case scenario and think about that, and I want you to resist it and not want it and try to avoid it. I really want you to think about it and try to think how you don't want it to happen. Go ahead and just like, I don't want that to happen. I don't want it to happen. I don't want it to happen. Now, thanks for playing along. Let me ask you, by doing that, did it go away? Where did you feel it in the body? Where did it go? Did it go away when you tried to resist it? Or did it grow? How much energy do you think goes to that thought of worst case scenario? Is it there when you wake up in the morning? Is it there when you're driving, working, cooking? So Tay says it grows. You've been through it all and you got rid of it. Well, I congratulate you. That's so wonderful. Yeah. And so it's about elevating and being the highest version of yourself. Beautiful. So just notice what you resist persists. It does not go away. So instead, I want you to re-verbalize what you told me. Some of you said, worried about finances. What would be, I want you to just cross that statement off and write, how do you want it to be instead? How do you want it to be instead? Grow, it grows. So how would you like it to be instead, thinking about your worst case scenario, what you're trying to avoid and hope that doesn't happen, versus what you would just love instead, the opposite of that. I'm living my successful legacy of love. So simple, right? Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm not an Eckhart Tolle follower. I do get the power of presence. I do agree with that, but he's a little slow moving for me. It's just for me personally. Might not be for you, but is for me. So freedom, allowing me to create my own. Beautiful. And you're only typing into me, so if you don't mind just switching to everyone. Yeah, so think about the opposite. And so what I want to show you here is structure. Right? If you know CD, if you know MagMind, you would know structure, because structure is important to your energy field. And so it's important that you understand it. And when we do the work and we do the frequencies with it, oh, thank you. It really, yeah, what you resist persists. Yeah. He says that too. Okay, well, I agree with him there. I've read a couple of his books. I do love A New Earth. Did he write that? No. Yeah, he did. I love that. I do love that book. Okay. So structure. So you want the opposite. What did you guys say? The opposite, freedom, allowing me to create my own. Let's have some shares of what you would love instead of the worst case scenario. Abundance. Great. So we got abundance. Those are some dollar signs. Something specific like life I love and flow. Flowing life. Life I love. Right? Flowing life I love. Trust. What would having that do for you, Melissa? I love that. Trust. What would that do for you? So right now you're resisting not trusting or not feeling safe. Ability to get control. And then what? What will having that do for you? What would protection do for you? Thanks for typing in. Great book. Agreed. What would that do for you? So when we're thinking of protection, right, we're actually saying not safe. When we're saying trust, we're also saying not safe, right? So I want you to understand, we're saying ability to let go of control, we're saying out of control. So what we're doing, you see, when we say I want to let go of control, we're resisting control. Does that make sense? If we say abundance because we are focused on fear of going broke and going homeless, we're actually giving the energy to broke. So you can be in a creative-based structure, which is just focusing your energy on what you love. Just the end result, on what it will do for you. Or you can focus on the problem. And you are always sending silent instructions. The energy, these have different energies. So let's go and focus on the end result of what you would like. Remember how we focused on what you were resisting and that grew and that didn't feel good? Notice that you didn't like it in your body. Now go to a time and a place where you already have this, where you have it how you want it. Take a few deep breaths. At first you might get overcome with fear when you try and go there. And then you will get past that. I want you to get past that initial fear of when you want to go for what you love. And there's like a fear that stops you. Push past it, please. Yeah, if I don't control things, something will go wrong. So now go to that end result that it's true. And I want you to notice your body. Notice that it's already true and you're having that experience. Just go there with your have a full body experience with your emotions. Like it's really happening in your mind. And as you spend some time there, I want you to notice what shifted in your body. And what it feels like in your organs, in everything. What's different? Just notice how it's different now. Has anything changed? Notice your own energy. And if you noticed anything, please share it with me. I'd love to know what you experienced when you, instead of worrying about the worst case scenario, you went to the opposite end of that, where that doesn't control you anymore, speaking of control, and you just went for what you wanted. Energy feels brighter and lighter. Thanks for your comment. Yeah, that makes total sense. Anyone else notice anything? What do you notice? Peaceful, empowered, delighted, expansive, fulfilled, and grounded. That is awesome. Yeah. And so, can I ask you, which version of you do you think will manifest it faster, what you want? Is it the one that uses all your energy on the fear and worry and the not enough? Or is the one that uses the energy, the expansive, peaceful energy because between you want something, right? You are here, but you want this, it's over here. Between here and there, the people that have what you love, they only took action, right? They just took action. They did it, right? And so this action requires energy, momentum, right? It requires focus, energy, action. But when all this energy is keeping this alive, it keeps pulling you down. When I seen God in the cloud. Yeah, it's divinity, isn't it? I think I understand what you're saying. It's divinity. Is that what you're saying? Yeah. Yeah, you connect with your highest level of you, which is an energy being, and as part of source consciousness. So does that make sense where you can be? You can be either here, or you can be in this person, this identity, this vibration. This identity that already has it is a certain vibration, right? And this identity has a certain vibration, right? We'll put that identity vibration kind of lower, right? Can this identity just have this? Yeah, you can take action, but once you have it, you'll still be no different. This won't give it to you. As we say, there's happy people sitting in mansions and there's sad people sitting in mansions, right? So some people have what you love and they'll never be happy. They'll never be satisfied. They'll never, no matter what they have, they'll never arrive. So I don't get huge fluctuations in emotions anymore, and neither, because I refuse to manifest. Material and spiritual benediction is the Supreme Lord. And all you manifest karmically, you will have payback. Yeah, I think like attracts like. So if you're at the highest energy, that's what you will be receiving. All right, so what we want to do, because we're kind of programmed to be worried, aren't we? We're running an old, outdated program of this, and we don't know what this is. We don't know how to be this. And so we try, but then our focus gets taken back. And it's just an unconscious program. So why PEMF and chi coils are so helpful? Because I've been doing this work for years, where I would do superconscious recodes, quantum healings, and things like that, energy work. And nothing, and then it works. People feel better. But what I found is when introducing the frequencies, the PEMF, the pulse electromagnetic field therapy, or frequency therapy, that it really goes deeper and releases more on a deeper and faster level, and it really helps keep us elevated more. So I started using these because my clients, I'm a life coach as well, and working with energy, so I work with groups and one-on-ones, and really people said, wow, this works fast. This does a lot. So what I would love to work with you is to show you a simple thing I do on a regular basis, which is a type of a morning ritual to keep you aligned. I call them the 4 choices. We have 4 choices in life that in life we set goals and then we can achieve them. But there's certain goals in life that we're always striving for because we never arrive, which is, expanding consciousness. It never ends. It's not like, oh, I'm trying to be more spiritual. I'm searching for spirituality and now I have it and I'm done, right? We're never done because we're here in our human creation to expand. So it never stops. So there's certain things in our humanness that we should continue to realign with. Okay? So who would like that? Who would like that? I'll give you a nice thing to use that you can literally align with every morning to elevate your frequency, and then we'll do a process. Okay? So the first one is I am the predominant creator of my life. Predominant creator of you. Remember that sphere of control? You are your own, you're the captain of your ship. You're in charge of you. You're in charge of your reaction. You're in charge of your emotions. Sometimes it feels like we don't have control because we adhere to our past. And we adhere to past stories like, I can't have that because I came from an impoverished family, or I was abused, or I'm an immigrant, or I don't have the advantage, or I have a disease or a diagnosis, or I'm limited in some way. And we tell ourselves that story, and then it becomes like a crutch of why we can't just have what we want. We can say, oh, the government, oh, whoever's in charge right now, oh, they control the money, oh, I don't have enough, I don't have what I need, right? But you're here and you're alive and all your needs are met. Clearly you're here. So all your needs are met. Everything above that, you're abundant. So you can choose how you perceive your reality. You're the predominant creative force in your life. So every day, the great reminder is who you truly are, a creator. And you're in charge of how you choose to perceive any situation at any given moment. Okay, that's the core choice. And sometimes somebody says something and we're like, oh my God, right? And then you realize that you gave your power away to someone else or a situation. So the power is either within you or outside of you. It can't be in both. So you're the predominant creator. You are you are empowered, okay? You are empowered. Powered. Next is I choose a life I love. I love my life. So we can just choose to love our life. You could just choose it. But sometimes we say, I can't love my life until consciously, lovingly. Wonderful. Yes, I like some of those. But I love my life now. So we are programmed, it's a program that once we achieve something, whether it's a certain level of success, attain something, then we can love our lives. Once we can become healthy, once we can have a certain money in our bank account, once we have a relationship, once we graduate, get the career, get the house, get the car, move to this place. When we're doing that, we're pushing the goalpost. We'll never ever have it. And the vibration is that I'm not enough now. I can't just love my life now. So we really say, what are all the ways you can love your life now that you think you will have over there in the future? What are all the ways you can feel it now? And really search outside yourself and realize if you think that the life you love is over there once you achieve something, your power has been given to those things and those circumstances. And when you give your power to circumstances, you are a victim, but you're not, because you're a creator. You are of source, so you're not a victim. You chose. Okay, so it's quite a big responsibility to assume this, but when you assume your power back, you just you just take the aligned action towards what you want, knowing that you create. I choose a life I love my life now, is all the ways you can love your life. We get to choose. Yeah, thank you. So if you're not sure what you can love about your life now, make a gratitude list. And then start amplifying it and focusing it. Remember, when you focused on what you were afraid of and what you didn't want to happen, versus when you focus on, so you can focus, and you can do it in the same way. You focus on lack and everything you don't have, and notice what that does, and try and overcome that. It just grows. The focus is actually vibrating lack. Okay, so when you focus on all the ways that you're abundant, all the ways you can love your life, and all you're grateful for, you realize, I can love my life now. There's so many things I love about my life, and it's an exercise. You keep growing it. Suddenly you'll see all these ways you love your life, and you'll be able to feel it more. And what's a vibration from someone who just can't love their life, waiting for permission, versus someone who says, I choose to love my life now, and these are all the ways I can love it. And then that grows. Okay? Number 3, I choose to live my true nature and purpose. I choose to live my life's purpose. And a lot of us, program of how we're supposed to be, who we're supposed to be, what we're supposed to say, what we're supposed to appear as. And that's all pleasing others. It's not really who we were meant to be. We were here to live our lives. And no one is going to live our life for us. And then we try and do it to our kids to help to say how they're supposed to be. Okay, yeah, we chose to live in this society, and there's certain constructs. Okay, that's fine. That's our choice to live in this society. But we all have a purpose, whether it's the teacher, the connector, the nurturer, the leader, right? We all have our roles. It doesn't have to be grand, but we find ourselves gravitating towards certain roles in life that bring us joy. That's living your life's purpose, and that's a choice. You can listen to what everyone else wants you to do and be the people pleaser. Or, well, this person also, if we're not choosing that, we're really are in service of how we're judged. We give our power to judgment of others. So I choose to live my life's purpose. And that's basically remember how we went and listened to our heart? And that's all you need to do. It's just, what do you love? What are you called to do? It could be big or small. You used to be a people pleaser. Me too. So I choose to live my life's purpose, and you are on your path right now. It's not outside of you. It's right here and now. You're in it. You are on your life's path. Now just listen to what excites you and what that spark. If it doesn't light you up, it's a no. That's it. If it doesn't light you up, it's a no. If it doesn't interest you, and we let go of should and could and supposed to. Those are leaving your vocabulary. No more should, no more could. Okay? And then lastly, I choose health and vitality. I choose to be healthy and vital. And that means that I'm always taking care of my vessel in human form. And I choose to treat my body with respect. I choose to align with the highest vibration that my body can be, right? A cellular level of my body. So, what I would love to do is, you guys can write this down and really connect with the energies of each one for 10 minutes, 15 minutes every morning. You wake up in the morning, most people pick up their phones. Don't do that because that just takes all your dopamine and it already gets you triggered and in fear. And it takes all the energy away from, because you're still in theta in the first 5 minutes when you wake up in the morning. You should drink some water, go to the bathroom, and then just align and feel. I am the predominant creator of my life. I love my life. What are all the ways I love my life? Right? I'm living my life's purpose. What would I just love to experience? What would I love to experience today? What am I going to do about it? Am I going to take some action? Do something small that I love, whether it's walk my dog or sit under a tree or sit in the sunshine, whatever it is. And I choose health and vitality. And when you choose health and vitality, you're reminding yourself there's only action. So if you're choosing health and vitality and that's your choice, you're not going to eat a bag of Doritos. You're not going to bring that stuff in your house. You are always in alignment. So these are not goals to reach. These are affirmations you choose to align with every single day, because it takes practice to unprogram the wake up in fear, worry, people pleasing, coming last, and all that after everyone else, right? So how about we do a process today where we'll do the energy and frequency. I'll reignite this one. Oh, didn't mean to do that. I'll oh, we're plugged in. There we go. Oh, it is playing. It's still playing. I think it's just very, very low. So what we'll do is a process. And what I would love to do with you is to choose what you would love as the highest vibration of you. So we're going to choose the highest vibration, authentic version of you. And you might not know what that's like, because a lot of times we've been living for others. So do you know kind of that true identity you that's while peeling the onion of who you're supposed to be versus who you truly are? The soul within the body, yeah. So the soul expressing itself as you in human form. Let's choose to be the highest vibration for this process, and we'll do passive meditation with the frequencies and the superconscious and quantum healing. Okay, so we can align, raise your vibration, and connect with the highest version of you. All right, so who's with me there? Let's first understand and make the claim, that set the intention that we're choosing to align with the highest version of ourselves in the most authentic frequency that is. Well, the highest frequency of us is authenticity. I choose to align with the highest vibration of myself. So if you were that in a time and a place where you were feeling that inside and outside, meaning you were feeling it on the inside and you were out in the world being seen as that, interacting as that, what would that be like? No, it is like you've overcome, you let go of everything, and you're just, it's already true for you. Close your eyes and let's take some nice deep breaths through the diaphragm, through the heart, and really connect with that. What would that be like? Remember to get past any kind of fearful blocks and push through them and just allow yourself to just become it. You might not be familiar with it. It might be unfamiliar. You don't know what you're supposed to feel. But can you imagine that you can imagine what that might be like? And if you don't know, maybe someone who you do know, who you admire for their authenticity, for just showing up as their pure self. What is that? What does that feel like? Just allow yourself to feel it. And I want to ask you, compared to that, what's it like right now? And what do you believe is holding you back, if anything? Is anything holding you back? Any beliefs? Any worries? Any negative self-talk? I'd love some comments. What do you think about that? What would someone have to believe to have your experience now that's might be holding you back from what you want, from elevating to the highest version of you? Not all things come in their appropriate time. What do you believe about yourself in your current vibration, your current reality, that is holding you back from just being that highest version of yourself? The inner knowing. What is the inner knowing saying? And we're just unpacking this a little bit so we can get clear. Hello, Laura. I'm not allowed to. Others are. Thank you. And you're just typing that into me, by the way. So, what's holding you back from becoming a vibrational match to the highest version of you, feeling like you're not allowed? And it makes sense, because when our unconscious was being formed from age 0 to about 7 years old, you weren't allowed, right? You learned from your family you weren't allowed, but that got locked in, and now you're an adult and you're still running an old program of not allowed. Yeah. So think about your childhood, what you could have been, what you learned and programmed about shining your light. about being seen, about what others would think. And notice what shows up for you. Yeah, consciousness is eternal, but unconscious. The human. And that, yeah, the mind is brainwashed. It was freedom until I went to school. Yeah. And so how is that experience holding you back from vibrating at the highest version of you, if any? And let's do the exercise. I just want you to notice what's programming you might be running. And you don't have to know, but sometimes we kind of realize that we're running some sort of lie. We're telling ourselves a lie because it's just an old program. All right, so let's do it. What we're going to do is a closed eye passive meditation with frequencies and the Superconscious Recode Quantum Healing combination that we will just, all you need to do is choose to receive it. Choose to receive it. And we'll just let it dissolve so you can become a vibrational match to vibrate at the highest version that you can be today. And continue. Okay? Yeah, it's rules we had to listen to. Yeah, suddenly we could do what we want and suddenly we learn that we can't. And train us differently. But that we know better now, but now we have to reprogram that old belief. So let us play the frequencies, and this time I'll turn it up a little bit. And you don't have to receive. You can choose not to participate. That's totally up to you. And this one's pretty quiet, so you're probably not going to hear the first one, but it's still there. But you're just going to listen passively to the instructions that if you choose to receive it, I speak to to the conscious field, okay? That you're connected to, that we're all connected to, okay? So I'll give it instructions, but there's nothing for you to do because I'm not really talking to your conscious mind, if that makes sense. But it's not hypnotism either because you're awake and in full control. And we all do it. We just say, ask your superconscious, which does all the work. We just ask it to treat what's needed for the highest good. So to just let go of anything in the way of you just vibrating at the highest version of your authentic self, okay? And knowing it is safe to do so. So closing our eyes, giving me permission, I give Galit permission to treat me. And Superconscious, everyone here, it also works in replay. We're quantum entangled. Superconscious, see this choice, the highest level, the highest vibration. And so everyone who's choosing to receive, to elevate at the highest vibration of themselves can receive it. And see the resistances, any blocks in the way, and create a treatment plan in the perfect order and way. And align and to become a vibrational match with the highest version of ourselves for the highest good. Thank you. Treat now. All priorities across all memories, timelines, and ego states. And you might feel it in your body. I feel someone's throat chakra, so let's treat that. Please treat the throat. Treat any fear of being heard, seen, or speaking my truth. Treat secondary intentions. Treat any beliefs that I am incomplete. Treat I'm not significant enough or deserving or worthy enough. I'm not safe enough. I'm not allowed. I don't trust. Superconscious, treat any resistances to the opposite, to just I am whole and complete. Treat any level of not enoughness and flip it to I am whole and complete. Now I am fully enough. I'm fully aligned with the highest vibration. I am becoming more and more. I am it. You might feel some energy shifts in your body. Again, treat that throat. Let's treat all the identities and resistance. Treat the protector, controller, and fear of losing control. Treat the people pleaser and the inner critic. Treat the imposter identity. Treat fear of persecution. Contracts and agreements that are not aligned with this highest version, authentic identity, you. And create a new contract, write a new contract. It's fully safe to be me. It's fully safe to step into the highest version of myself. Suffering contracts with family members, with Father, if needed. Good. Treat family constellations, please. It's anything that was coded in that it's unsafe to step into the highest vibration of you. Treat beliefs that I must hide my truth. Thank you. Anything in my highest good, it is safe. There's any quantum healing you're doing, just check your auras and just elevate your auras and lighten and just expand your auric field. Body systems, ensure they're all aligned, restored, balanced, and body systems or organs, any blocks. Any emotions. That are not the highest vibration of you. The stuck and suppressed, repressed emotions. Thank you. Treat any parts that think that they are victims of others. Thank you. Victim of circumstance, victim of others, fear of losing the power, fear of having their power taken away. Just treat all the fears, the victimness, the agreements, all lifetime that are no longer aligned with the highest version that you're becoming for your highest good. Knowing it is safe to be you, knowing that you are allowed to be you and be seen as you. You are allowed to self-express your highest vibration now. Thank you. You are safe to step into the highest vibration of you now and choose how good it feels to stand in your truth, to stand in your power. It's so great to meet the highest version of you and step into the body of the highest version of you fully and listen to the heart of the highest version of yourself. And follow your inspiration, taking aligned action each and every step. So allow yourself to fully step into this you more and more, and imagine that you are getting closer and closer, almost 100% there. So wherever your starting point, whether you were 25% there or 50% there or 75% there, just get yourself closer and closer to the 100% version of you that you can be today as the most highest authentic version of you, going for what you love. Superconscious, treat anything in the way and out of alignment of the highest version of yourself as much as you can today for your highest good. Thank you. the highest version of you even more. Feel how expansive it is. Let's treat all the body system, energy systems, the chakras just fully aligned, restored, and balanced. Meridians fully restored, unblocked, balanced. All organs and body systems in alignment. Treat any pain, any discomfort for the highest good. Muscle tension, fears and worries. As you continue to elevate, expanding more and more into the highest version of yourself. Treat any fear of losing control. Treat any lack mindset, lack patterns. Treat the heart center chakras, heart chakra, throat, and the lungs and the respiratory system. Good. Upper heart, please. Please treat forgiveness with forgiveness. Forgive self. Forgive others that are not in alignment with the highest version of you. Treat resentment. Thank you. Bitterness. Any form of unworthiness. I want to treat the self-abuser. Solar plexus, please. The energy body, the emotional body, fully aligned, restored, and balanced. Thank you. Feel the expansiveness of the highest version of you. Keep treating as needed. There's a metaphor of almost a big heavy weight being lifted off your chest. Finally, you can breathe and be you. Expand your breath from your diaphragm to your heart, through your lungs. Notice how freeing it is to finally breathe. Treat any systems associated to align even more expansion into your highest version of you. Treat the throat, the neck, the esophagus, the jaw, muscle tension. organs one more time, leaving us expanded, free, love, enlightened. And let's ground you back, including everything we treated here today, restoring you in full alignment with the highest version of yourself now. Thank you. So I want you to take some deep breaths. When you're ready, I want you to close or open your eyes again and just notice what you notice. Someone's asking me if I'm doing it like I do it like a lot of superconscious teachers, including others, including emotional methods, quantum healing. So there's reconnective healing, lots of modalities combined to just create my own for the highest good. And I hope that if you and you're in control of your field, so if you want to participate, you're definitely welcome. Yes, Susan says thank you, and just take some breaths into this and just allow the integration. And it might take a couple minutes while things are still integrating. And so just breathe yourself back into yourself. Definitely wiggle your fingers and toes a little bit. You can drink a little water. And just allow yourself to slowly maybe move your body a little bit. As I still feel waves of energy still shifting you in the field, and just aligning and connecting and raising you to the highest vibration of yourself today, letting go of the worries that once were in your field, taking up your energy and space, giving your power away outside of you, thinking that others have the power to take something away from you or hurt you. But it's all you. You are in charge. And you can choose to receive and step into the highest version of yourself. How did that feel? As you're choosing the highest version of yourself now, the most authentic you, notice if it's easier for you now to connect with this. And like everything, we can take what we like and we can leave what we don't behind. And it's true, some people are very materialistic oriented, and we learn that it's really not in the material things, it's just here and now. I got some thank yous. However, I would love to know if you're feeling more elevated and what you received and what you noticed, and do you feel like you are able to step into a higher version of yourself now as you continue to release even more? And do you have any questions? You may ask questions. You may just enter some questions in the chat, or you can use the Q&A box. And if anybody would like one-on-ones, you're welcome to do so. If anyone would like their own coils and want to learn more about the different ways you can have this in your own life, I feel much lighter and more free. I felt tingling in my shin Everything's connected, right? Thank you. You're so welcome, Mita. Thank you. And would anyone like, let me just share, um, I'm going to share some things. If anyone wants a one-on-one, I will put that here. If you want an introductory one-on-one with me, you're welcome. You can't stop crying, still feel the energy flow. Is it a good cry, like a release, or are you sad? Thanks for the share. We don't want to leave anyone hanging, so I'd love you to. Thank you. Can you do healing for your son? How old is your son? 19. He's an adult now, so it would be intrusive of me to just connect to his feel and do work unless he chooses to receive it, because he is his own person and has free will and is here on his journey. So I can't just impose myself on him. However, you are entangled with him. Sometimes I use parents as surrogates if it's in the highest good, or if he chooses to receive, I can do that. But yeah, because we want to have the highest integrity. Yes, good release of all tension. Cry. Good, good. Thank you, Stephanie. So appreciated. And thanks for joining today. Nice to meet you. I hope to see you again. Reach out if you have any questions. I'll put my email as well if anyone does. Thank you, Kay, for your help. Galit@chilifestore.com. So it's galit@chilifestore.com. That's my email. And any other questions, any other shares? Does everyone, I just want to make sure that everyone feels better than when they arrived. I want to leave you vibrating higher than before. Thank you so much, Kay. Well, I get that you didn't receive, Jacob, because when I felt into your field, you were not receiving. Am I correct? And that's your right, because you're in charge of your field. No one can take that away from you. So I'm sending you love regardless. But you didn't receive the work. So, but everyone that did, I see. Anyone receive the work that chose to accept it? Oh, you got a stomachache as soon as we started? We didn't even, so that could have been the frequencies as well, which are very moving. They're great. And that's okay. Things are shifting. So perhaps they're too strong for you, and I can certainly turn them down. There's a lot of shifting. Oh, you've used those before. Okay. I'm feeling better. I was having very low energy days lately. Oh, well, I'm glad you're feeling better. And I'm sorry you're feeling a stomachache. Is there anything I can do for you? You're welcome. I would like to do the parent's serenity. You mean like a surrogate? If it's in the highest good, obviously. So let me just tune in with that. Yes, because we carry a lineage, and so when we treat ourselves and our own DNA and our own stuff, it does pass down. So it is beneficial. Wonderful. Yeah, chant works well. So you do that. I loved it. I felt lots leave my body. Thank you so much. You're so welcome. Yes. Is my heart okay? Well, first of all, you're whole and complete, number one. But is there anything to do with your heart? So, physically, your heart feels fine. Is your heart carrying burdens? And trauma? Yeah. Drink water, Helena. That is such a great comment. Thank you. I do recommend that as well, so I appreciate that comment. Everything is connected. Emotions and our physical body and disease and ailments. In my view, well, it's my opinion only, and I'm not a doctor. But if you look at the study of psychoneuroimmunology, it's proven that your stuck, suppressed, repressed emotions will have physical effects in your body. If you want, you can book. Did you grab my my link? So Mita and Tay, what would you like to do moving forward? You can do a one-on-one. Okay, great. I'm just making sure. Yes. It feels clear, and you know, we're like peeling an onion. So, you know, if other stuff comes up, we can clear it. But yeah. Please post the email again. Sure. galit@glivestore.com. Okay? Well, I'm sending you tons of love. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. All the best.